everybody, Boomhauer69 here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing the Guidesman 6-person dome tent from the Menards home improvement store. If you don't know what Menards is, they're just a store kind of like Lowe's and Home Depot, but I always call them like the Walmart version of home improvement centers and stuff. But they sell these brand of tents called Guidesman. They sell a variety of different size tents. This one here is the 6-person tent. Right here it says it will sleep up to 6 people. Oh, claims right here too as well. It claims to sleep 6 people, which I imagine if it did sleep up to 6 people, you're gonna only maybe fit maybe 2 adults and some small children. Or if you can fit a bunch of adults in there, you better be knowing them quite well, you know, better be very close friends, because I imagine 6 people in this tent is going to be a very tight squeeze. But it claims the weight is 7.2 pounds. That's how much it weighs in the pack. So that's this big tent. You probably ain't going to go too much hiking with. This is going to be something more for simply to use as like your base camp. You throw it in your car and you go to your campground, your local campground, and you set it up and you use it as kind of like a base camp type tent. This is being that 7 pounds, 0.2 pounds. I don't think many people are going to use it for a backpacking tent or anything like that. And center height, the coin center height is 4.9 feet. That's in US measurements. And it claims to be water resistant as well. And to test the water resistance, I'll be using my garden hose to simulate a rainstorm and see what it actually will do. Now, personally, if I was going to use this tent in a camping situation, like I was actually going to take this and use it camping, which I plan on doing, because I bought this to simply replace a Ozark Trail tent that I got rid of a long time ago, because it finally got wrecked and ruined from many years of uses, because it was my Ozark Trail tent that I bought years ago. I bought it probably in the early 2000s, later 90s, something like that, when I was a kid, and it was just something that finally got old and decided to give up the ship, as I call it. And so I got this 6-person tent to replace that one. That Ozark Trail was a 4-person tent, and so I bought this to replace that. And it claims to be a 6-person tent, which we'll see on that. But I got a garden hose over here so I can test to see how watery proof it is. But if I was actually going to use this in a camping situation, if I'm going to, what I would definitely do is I would put a tarp over it no matter what. Even if it said waterproof, waterproof and water resistant, I don't care. I would still put a tarp over it either way. So, which is what I always do in a camping situation. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to see how it is without a tarp on it as far as waterproof goes. So I'll show the setup, take down, and see if it will fit back in the bag and stuff, and show you everything that comes with it and stuff. And it also says here the dimensions, cable ports. It also has a cable port for electrical cord access, where you can slide in an extension cord. Water resistant rainfly canopy. It says it all right there. So I never opened this. This is the first time opening this tent up and seeing what it's like. I bought it a few weeks ago and I haven't gotten around to opening it up and stuff, and I thought, hey, it'd be nice to make a video about this tent. Now, as far as the case goes, your case right here is your typical paper thin tent canvas bag, one of those where if you're not careful over time, the bag will surely rip. Matter of fact, it's already losing some of its stitching here. You can see a little, I don't always see that too good on camera or not, but there's some threading coming loose out already, it looks like it. But But typical paper thin, you know, canvas bag like they all do. And I'm imagining the tent stakes are going to be not of the best quality. But get the cardboard off here. Here's what the tent looks like rolled up, brand new. This is what it would look like when you get it unraveled and stuff. This is what it's going to look like brand new out of the packaging, I should say, excuse me. Now here's the bag with the tent poles in it. Now this is a regular dome tent. I want to remind everybody of that. It's a regular dome tent. Here's what the stakes look like. It's got your rain fly stakes and your regular tent poles, your rain fly poles, and your tent regular mainframe tent poles as well. Here's what the rain fly looks like. All folded up nicely. Matter of fact, let me unravel that. Unfold it. She's a big rain fly. But here's the rain fly. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. Yeah, she's a pretty good size. This is actually my first time ever owning a 6-person dome tent. The biggest one I ever had was a 4-person. And I was looking for a tent personally for myself. Now the reason why I didn't, when I donated tents to the homeless, the thrift store that gives out tents to the homeless, the reason why I didn't go with this tent, because I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know how well it was, and I knew Coleman was a pretty good brand and stuff, and reading the Amazon reviews on the Coleman tents, I was pretty satisfied with the reviews I saw and stuff. Here's some cordage they give you. That's probably for the help to keep the rain fly down, and of course, like they all do, here's the yellow cheapo tent stakes, which I'm never going to use. I knew that when buying this tent. They always give you these little cheap, crappy little metal tent stakes. What I recommend doing is get you some of these right here, nice plastic ones here. These are what I always do. Is I always go out, and when I buy a new tent, I buy these because I always know that the actual tent stakes that come with the tent are no good. They're crap. So I'll be using these to anchor down the tent, the plastic tent stakes. So then I probably won't use the cordage, but then I'll show you here the actual tent itself. Here's what that kind of looks like, kind of folded up there. Here, I'll show you. This is kind of how they about roughly had it in the packaging. But we'll unravel this and show you the... I'll also show you the inside too as well. I do like the green on this. Green is my favorite color, so I do like the greenness of it. Turn this baby around. But here's the main shelter. And here's what their logo looks like on the canvas. But yeah, it's got that typical tent, kind of thin canvas feel like this. Now this tent cost me around $60, about 58 something, and then was tax. It was roughly around $60 just for the tent itself. I will be putting the link in the description where you'll see the latest pricing on that and stuff, in case you make the decision and you want to buy this tent and stuff. Without further ado, let's get this tent all set up. Now right here, attached to the bag, which I like, is the instruction pamphlet. It's actually stitched to the actual canvas bag. I like that, so you don't got to worry about losing the instructions of how to set it up. But I'm imagining this is sets up just like any old standard dome tent does. So. This is what the main tent pole frames will, your frame poles will look like. And here's what the rain fly's little pole frame looks like for the rain fly. And this tent comes with two tent frame poles for the main structure of the tent. So you get two long frame poles, and then for the rain fly you get one frame pole for the rain fly, and then two for the actual tent itself. Yeah. Boy, really long pole. So that should be, yeah, it shouldn't be. It looks like it's, from I can see already, it looks like it's going to be a pretty big. From the looks of it, looks like it's going to be a doozy of a size. A nice size tent. And I do apologize for any weird camera angles and stuff, because I'm no professional cameraman. Now here's what the little spots look like where you put your tent poles in. That's what they look like, the main little part where you slide your tent poles in and stuff. That's what they look like. Well, there's the front of the tent. This is without the rain fly on. Here's the big giant screens. I don't know if you'll be able to see that too good, but there's what the tent looks like. The back of it, and then the other side here. And these are what I was talking about right here. When sliding these tent poles through these little loops right here, they kind of catch, like a lot of these dome tents here, they were catching, so it made it a little hard to try to get the tent poles in the proper slot like you see here and stuff. So keep that in mind when you're trying to set up this old bugger, or you'll be like me, kind of cussing and fussing a little. But yeah, there's the poles. The poles and everything, it looks like there's, so far it's looking like your typical standard, you know, thin material that they make tents out of, and the poles look like just, they feel like standard old sturdiness, you know. Now compared to that 5 and below tent, these poles got more heft to them than the 5 below. But one of the boo-boos I made was these right here that hold your door in place when you got your door open and stuff and wrap it open. It simply, I accidentally slid the tent poles in there, so I had to pull them all out and redo it, because I was like, why ain't this frame working? And I realized, oh, you dummy, you slid the tent poles through these, and they gotta, you know, go through these. That was a boo-boo error, and trying to hurry up, put this together, and not paying attention to what I was doing. But yeah, they were just catching on these, you know, these little metal pieces right here with shiny loops here. These loops were catching on that. But all you do is, when you're done, you go around and you just lock these down in place to help keep your tent sturdy. They also have the little rope up here to tie your thing. Here's what the zipper looks like. It has 2 zippers, 1 track, all the way, that goes all the way down to the bottom and opens this nice and wide and stuff. And then it's also got the privacy screen stuff and the little loops to roll up your privacy screen there and stuff. And then down here is the slot where you can stick your extension cord through to allow yourself to have an extension cord inside your canvas tent and stuff. So I'm going to show you what it looks like with the rain fly on, and then I'll take the rain fly off and show you the inside more. Now here's what the tent looks like with the rain fly completely on and stuff. I'll show you a close-up of that, of what it looks like. Here's what it looks like. Here's how the little rain fly puller, I don't know if you see that too good. Good right here where my finger's rubbing. And there's a funny little slot that this rain fly pull's got to go into, and that can be a little tedious trying to get it in there. I was kind of a little trying to that, and I didn't realize that at first. Like, I'll show you right here, this little black part where my finger's rubbing. There's a little pocket, teeny little pocket hole where your rain fly pole is supposed to stick in, and I didn't realize that at first, and I was like trying to figure out why this pole was sticking out, and when I would shove it, and then I realized, oh, there's a little pocket there, so that can be a little tedious to get in there. But the cordage that it comes with, this is where you would tie your cordage to, and to straighten this rain fly out more, to anchor it down in like a windstorm situation. So those are like your tie down points, which I'm not gonna do in this video because it's a calm day. But here's what the back looks like. Now the back doesn't have no window in it, which kind of, I would say it's okay, because when you take the rain fly off, it's got those 2 big giant screens on each side, so they don't really put a rear window in the back here and stuff. Now what I always kind of like more is when they just have the little vent holes up at the top, and then you had like a little window here in the back where the little vents were more smaller, and then in the back here they would have a little round window that you could zip up for privacy and stuff. And then of course you have always the one on the front of your tent. But here's the other side. And again, on the other side, there's another little point where you would attach your cordage and stuff. And they give you the real cheapest cordage on these tents. And the things I would definitely upgrade on this is the tent stakes and the cordage that comes with it. I would get some nice 550 paracord and the tent stakes, and some nicer tent stakes like I showed previously, right here. I would upgrade to either these or the other big metal ones that look like a big giant nail. Those other ones, like, here's a picture of what I'm talking about. Now here's what the door looks like when it's rolled up out of the way and stuff. Here's the little, it has these little loops to, like all dome tents do, to ravel your door kind of out of the way and stuff. And here's how big wide mouth the door is. Now let's go inside here and talk. Now here's a view of the inside. Over there it's got one little pocket to store some stuff in. Now this is what I'm talking about. These newer tents, they like to have these big old top kind of vents, so that's why you don't have a rear window like some of the older dome tents used to have. They have these big old ones. I had so many tents that just kind of like up at the top here had some little like kind of itty bitty vents, ventilations, and I kind of more used to that, you know, than like these big wide screens, because the tent I had before, I just had a little itty bitty vent up here, and then over here on the rear wall here, it had an actual open and close ventilation window, in which I like that more than kind of this being just bug screen, where basically your whole tent here is just a big giant bug screen room. Now I'm about 5'8". Let me set this. Now I'm about 5'8", and I can kinda stand up. As you can see, my head is just hitting the window. I still gotta kinda hunch over, but I'm pushing on the tent standing straight up, so I'm still gotta kinda hunch over and so if you're over 6 foot tall, I'm about 5'8" roughly, so if you're over like 5'9" or over 6 foot tall, you're gonna be really hunching over. Then over here on the other side, it's got another one of them little pockets to store some goodies. Now, as far as talking about these little big giant rough screens, the reason why I like kind of I'm going to call it the old style, more, where it's just basically, like I said before, the old style way they used to have like a little rear window vent and stuff, it's for privacy reasons, where this tent, if let's say you needed to change your clothes, you'd have to make sure to have a tarp over it, or the rain fly over it to for privacy reason, if you need to change your clothes and stuff. That's why my old 4-person Ozark Trail, I like that more, because it just had little funny little itty bitty vents up at the top, and then on the rear it had a nice, like this right here, about a nice window where you could just simply zip up the window for privacy, and it gave you a little more privacy when changing. This tent, you're obviously going to have the rain fly over it if you want to change your clothes or do whatever, you know. So if you need privacy, you're going to have to make sure on this tent to have the rain fly. And one thing I forgot to mention, you've probably seen it, but up there it's also got a little hook for hanging a lantern, which is a good thing. So if you got a little kind of, you know, lightweight little cheap little solar battery lantern little thing, like my little yellow solar kit I done a video about, I'll put a link in the description for that video. That little kit, if I had that, I can hang one of the little light bulbs on that little hook, no problem. It's right here. It's got a nice little lovely little black hook. I'll zoom in on that, but it's got one of those nice little hooks right here to hang, you know, whatever, to hang your stuff, you know, to simply hang a little lantern light. That's what they usually have those for. But now, as far as the zippers go, the zippers, they seem to be working all right, nice and smooth. Here's the actual door window. I've got my hooks in there. But there's what the door window looks like, and the little. It's also got those little loop thingies to anchor down your privacy, your little privacy curtain. To roll up your privacy curtain here. We'll do a little crappy job of it. And then over here is where my way here. Then over here is where you put your simply run your extension cord. This is where you would simply have your extension cord coming into power whatever you need, maybe a clock, radio, charge up your cell phones, run your lights, whatever, you know, inside your tent. Well, I don't have one anymore, but being that this tent is so big, a basic camping cot or air mattress, I say you could definitely in here. Now, me, again, I'm 5'8", and I can just lay right out where I'm not touching anything. Matter of fact, I'm not even, my feet are not touching the end walls. I'm stretching my hands out. Here, look. Oh, I got plenty of room to lay down and sleep where a person like me have no problem. I'm gonna say if you're about under 6'5", this tent would be perfect for you if you're about under 6'5". I'm about 5'8" in height, so laying down is gonna be no problem. But all in all, as far as this tent goes and the quality of it, I'm gonna say it's pretty basic quality for the price and stuff. You know, I'm gonna say I haven't used this yet in camping or high wind situation, but right now the way it's looking, I think it's gonna be more of a simple, you know, middle of the road tent. But as far as putting camping cots in here, like a camping bed, fold-out mattress, I think you can do that with no problem. As far as what would I say as a total of a 6-person being, as far as my thoughts on this being actual 6 people, like fitting 6 people in here. If you got 2 small children, if you're 2 adults and maybe some small children, but I don't see it. I could see 3 people, 3 adults in this tent. I think 3 adults would be able to fit all right in here, no problem. You know, you might still be a little cozy, but you're gonna have some room. So you know, 3 people could easily fit in here. 2 people, no problem. Shoot, you could have 1 person over here, 1 person over here, and then maybe have like one little fold up little camping tables and stuff in here, and you'd be no problems whatsoever. Where you could have one of them little small, like little fold up camping tables and an air mattress over here and an air mattress over here, and have a couple air mattresses, and you'd be fine. You know, twin size air mattresses. Just, you know, obviously if you do like a full size air mattress, you're gonna take up more room and stuff. I don't know if a king air mattress would fit in here or like a queen, but I know easily a full size air mattress probably would, or at least a singly 1-man band twin air mattress or one of those small single purpose. You know, you could easily lay out your mat and set up your tarps and set up your sleeping bag and stuff in here, and you got room. It's a big tent, but I'm not going to say it's a 6-person tent, because to me 6-person is trying to cram everybody in here, where you're trying to cram 6 people. If you don't mind trying to cram 6 adults in here, then you might be able to get away with it. But as far as that goes, no, I don't think it's a 6-person tent. I think it's a large tent, big enough for maybe 2 or 3 adults. Especially if you're 2 adults, maybe a couple kids, you know, small little ones. You'd be able to, you know, mommy and daddy sleep in a certain way, and then 2 kids, you know, up against one way, you know, you'd easily, a family of 4 could easily camp cozy in this. And now the reason why this was obviously more cheaper than the Coleman dome 4-person dome tents that I donated. Those were like $70, and so this was about $10 cheaper. And I noticed Amazon, after buying the Coleman Sun Dome tents, those Coleman tents, Amazon jacked up the price where they're $99, and this one was only around $60. They're about $60, $70. I forget what I paid for it. I couldn't find the receipt anymore, but around 50, 60, a little bit over $50, we'll say, and stuff. And so you could easily fit I'd say a small little fold-up cot in here. I don't have one. I plan on getting one of those little Coleman fold-up ones or stuff, or maybe try like a twin rollaway bed in here. Get one of those and maybe try that in here. But I'll probably just get one of those later on in the near future, fold up little cots that open up like this and they fold up kind of like a sandwich, and get one of those Coleman ones that's been around for numerous of years and put in here like I had before and try that. I don't have one now because my other one just got so old and broke and stuff. So just like my Ozark Trail 4-person dome tent, I had a mishap with that, and so I got this big old tent to replace that one, hopefully. So now I'm gonna simply put the ring fly back on this and see what the garden hose can do to it, and see how water resistant this is. It didn't say waterproof, water resistant, so it will kind of shed water off. Now, normally what I do in a camping situation, I put the tent's ring fly on and do all that, and then I also put a regular tarp over that as well to give extra protection to the tent. So without further ado, let's zip this all back up and put the ring fly on and see what it looks like on the inside, all wet and stuff, if it does get wet. And as far as the zippers, the quality of the zippers go, I'm going to say they're nothing to sneeze at. They're just your basic on the door and window. They're just kind of basic. I don't know to see that too good. They're just kind of your basic standard cheapo zippers. Now to see how water resistant it is. So I'm using this garden hose of mine to simulate kind of a standard old basic rainstorm, and I'm going to see. It claims to be water resistant, so I'm going to see how well it does without a tarp over it. Again, if I was going to use this in a camping situation, I'm not going to use it like it is. I would actually, if I knew there was rain coming, I'd make sure to throw a tarp over it for extra rain protection to make it waterproof. Even if the tent was absolutely waterproof, I'd still put a tarp over it no matter what. That's just something I always do. But we're going to see how water resistant this is. This is not waterproof. It says water resistant where it will shed off water, but it's not actually waterproof. So let's get right to it. Welcome back. Just kind of like simulate a rainstorm. Go over here and do this side. Give it a good soaking. We're gonna go downpour. This is probably what it'd be like in a downpour situation. Get that bad boy a good soaking. Now, personally, I don't know how to simulate a good like rainstorm water test on tents and stuff. So, if you have any suggestions for how to do a good water test, let me know. But that's the best I can do, and go inside and we'll see what it looks like on the inside after it's all wet. I don't know if the camera can pick that up too good, but there's the wetness. I turned the camera off and then I gave it another good soaking to try to verify a good rain. Now it's pretty hot out right now, so the sun's gonna really dry this up quick, but there's the floor. I don't know how good you'll see it on camera, but I don't see any like water, and I don't really feel any moisture on the inside. So far as I know, this is the first time using it. I'm gonna say if you use this the first time in a rainstorm, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna stay dry, I think, and you're gonna stay dry. But I imagine over time, as the tank gets older, that water resistant chemical stuff they put on will probably over time just go to poop, where you would eventually get water in the tent. But there you have it. There's the review of the Guidesman 6-person dome tent. Now, since I wet this tent down with water, I'm going to leave it up and let the warm weather dry it out and stuff before I try putting it all back in the bag and stuff to see if it will fit back in the bag, because I know that's an important thing with these tents, is to see simply if they will go back in this bag easily, which I will put it in the bag and then do another little short video explaining how easy it was to stuff back in the bag, if it was easy or hard. But my final thoughts on this tent and stuff: it's a middle row, basic, standard canvas 6-person tent that you normally get for a little bit under $100. If you obviously want better quality, then you're gonna have to whip out at least $200, or like for those Coleman tents I bought on Amazon. I bought those for around $70 new, and then they upper the price. Because they had them on sale. They had a sale price for $70, and then they went back up to the original price, $99 for those. So, and those I know are known to be good quality. Coleman tents are known to be good quality. So, but as far as this Guidesman gear, I think I might get a winner here. I think this is going to be the one that will probably officially replace my Ozark Trail 4-person tent that I had from Walmart for many, many years, which was a good tent. And I happened to see this in Menards, and I thought, you know what? It's a 6-person tent. My other one was a 4-person, and I can tell this is a lot bigger than that 4-person I previously had. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to buy it and see if this is the one that's going to replace it. And I do like this feature right here where it allows you to tuck a extension cord in. And the way it looks like it's going to be pretty tricky for mosquitoes and bugs to find their way in that little spot on the where you're allowed to put in your extension cord. I know some of them have those little holes in it, and they're so big and bulky where the mosquitoes and bugs can easily get in. But I think that will be all right, where you won't have no problem with mosquitoes getting in your tent. But yeah, I think I got a winner here, and so I'm gonna maybe, hopefully, if my work allows me to, take this camping and give it a try and stuff. And if I do take it camping, I'm definitely gonna try to see what kind of little camping cot I can put in here, air mattress or whatever, and I think a twin air mattress would fit in here. I don't have one currently at this time. I have to get one, because I had air mattress in the past, but it broke, and I also had a camping cot, a fold-up camping cot in the past, but it broke. So I'll have to get all that stuff and sometime on Amazon on stuff, because a lot of my camping gear has just got old, wore out, and now it's time I gotta upgrade to the new stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna say I'm liking the looks of this tent. I don't wanna I can't test it out in a windstorm, so I'm not going to give this like the full 5 stars because it's not windy out today. It's calm day, so I can't. I'm not going to give it necessarily a 5 stars per se on how well it would hold up in a windstorm, but I think in just a standard old kind of light rainstorm or kind of mediocre rainstorm, I think you'd be quite alright with this. Again, I would put a tarp over it big time and stuff, but right now I'm liking the looks of it, where I would give it a 5 stars for being a big tent. Now I wouldn't say it's going to fit 6 adults by any means. I don't think so. And if you do fit 6 adults in there, you're going to be quite, cozy. You're going to be cramped and not very cozy. But if you're 2 adults and some small children, you're going to be pretty lucky. And I think that's what they market them more towards, like maybe a family. You got the mom and the dad and a few little ones. If you had 2 adults in here and 2 children, you'd be perfect fine. 3 adults, you could easily 3 adults in here, but yeah, that's my final thoughts. I'm going to end this long product review video for y'all. So if you like this sort of content, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you didn't like it. Comment below your thoughts and stuff. Now, I'm warning you people, reason why these videos are so long is because I like to be very detailed in talking about a product. I just don't like to hurry up and rush it and just go blah 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 and rush, a product review video. Because that's one thing I hate on seeing on YouTube and the internet, is people just showing a product and they don't really give a good full detail about it. Me, I like to give a good full detail and a good opinion, so somebody that plans on buying this tent from Menards website or going to the Menards store themselves to buy it, because I bought this directly at the Menards department store. I didn't, the home improvement store and stuff. I didn't buy it online. I bought it directly at the store, but I'll find a link to this down below where you can get one. But for the price, I say it's not bad. For the price, it was cheap for most than what most 6-person tents out there. Because I was looking at 6-person tents, and when I was looking for tents for the homeless, I was looking at the prices, and man, for a 6-person tent, you're spending around $100, close to $100, and this was just a little bit under that, going around 60, I think around, yeah, about 60 there or something, 70, but yeah. But there you have it. There's my thoughts on the Guidesman 6-person dome tent. It was for setup. It was pretty easy to set up. It set it up like a normal basic dome tent, and so yeah. So don't forget to share this video with everyone you know, and I hope you all have a good day. And thank you for watching Boomhauer 69's YouTube channel. Have a good day, everybody.